on, guys? I need to pull the trailer out so we can get to the walker back there. And I'm going to pull it out here on the driveway for you guys. And we're just together, we're just going to inspect this thing. I might mow the neighbor's yard next door, I might not, I don't know. It needs to be mowed, but I really don't, oh shit, hold on. I really don't have it scheduled to mow until Tuesday. And, you know, I mean, I wouldn't mind mowing live with the walker. I just don't want to be doing any work. So, all right, you guys just hang out for a second. Let me pull this trailer out. Just give me a minute. Pull this out, guys. Let's see here. I think I got the keys. Listen. Okay, let me switch this over. All right, I'm gonna grab me a beer, and I got a fine choice of beer today too. Now we're gonna need the extension cord because I'm gonna need to plug in my phone. I want the fan going because it's hot as balls. So we're almost set up, so I ain't got it. Phone was a little low on percentage. I didn't want to. All right. So earlier, we were drinking this stuff. It's St. Arnold's Orange Show. It's pretty good. It's an ale. Um, it's a citrus and refreshing. Now I'm drinking Buckle Bunny. It's Getting Lucky Cream Ale. I don't know. Got a 6-pack for $10, mix and match, you know. So what I got in the 6-pack I've never tried before. So we're gonna see, give it a shot. Smells good. Not bad. I wish it was a little colder. Okay. All right. So let's see here. Who we got? What's up, Michael? What's up, Trey? George, my man. Dave. Hopefully, internet works this time. I think you tried this discussion before. Yes, I was. Yes, Dave. I was somewhere, but we're outside now. The sky is good. On a live stream I did. Hello, Activity Vlogs. Aaron, if it's anything there like here in Beaumont, you can mow neighbor's yard today and Tuesday. That's so true. Not complaining, it's good for business. Yeah. Hi, guy. What's up, Laban? Dan Walker. What's up, Dan? Man, haven't seen you in forever. Okay, so let me go put this can down. Hold on. All right, so let's go ahead and get over here. Let me get on a 5-gallon bucket. We can talk to you guys. You got one in the truck. Correction, I had one in the truck. I think it blew out. Nobody calls it right. Sure did. Blew out quicker than shit. I probably caused a wreck, I'm sure. Okay. So we got the phone hooked up. Or we got the fan blowing. I get a little bit of breeze, but it's not too loud where you guys can't hear me. And then we got the walker right here, the B23i. There you go. We're getting situated, guys. Just hang tight. All right, Laban, Dan, Michael. Hey, Dan Walker. Hope you're not related to Walker Mower. It's been a minute. Fit for Life. What is up? Been loving the videos. Very helpful and informative. Thank you, Fit for Life, Maria. I appreciate that. Where do you live? Laban, I live in North Houston area, like Spring area. Okay, guys. So. Hope everybody's doing good. You know, we had the 4th of July on Thursday, and you know, I had a little Independence video on there. If you guys haven't checked it out, check it out. It's only like 10 minutes long. It's got Paul Harvey talking about Declaration of Independence. It's an old video of his that he did years ago, but it was pretty neat to hear some history there. Anyways, it talks about the fate of the 56 people who signed the Declaration, and I had no idea about any of that stuff. I was pretty blown away. All right, so let me catch you guys up to speed. This B23 I got last week, like Wednesday. I remember going to the dealer Wednesday. They were going to close at 1. So I got there. We swapped the S18 out, the Walker S18, for this one. The S18 just was not cutting right first when we got it. The governor was set way too low. Those weren't my words, because remember, I'm still new to Walker Mowers. So this was coming from Lance, who's the regional rep, and he had Alan Metzger from Walker Mowers fly down from Fort Collins, Colorado to check it out, right here to this lawn, and checked out the mower. They said, yeah, man, there's something wrong with it. I was like, okay. And I'm wondering why I wasn't cutting that good, because it wasn't getting enough RPMs, enough power to really cut that grass, and it was putting it in the hopper, but it just wasn't leaving a clean cut grass from one side of the deck to the other, like you see on my Kubota, my Ferris, time and time again on my mowers. Like whenever you watch me use the Ferris or the Kubota, especially Kubota, because that's what I've been using a lot, when you watch the mower and I turn around and I'm going away from the camera, if you look down where the rear tires are from left to right, you'll see as I pass over whatever uncut grass I'm cutting, as soon as I pass it, it's just clean all the way across. Okay, well, the walker wasn't doing that. Oh, shit. Probably should slow down. The walker wasn't doing that. Now, you have to think about for a second. Not all brands, not all machines are equal, and I totally get that. Now, I know the walker machine cuts better than that because I've seen it time and time again online. I've seen it like a gazillion times. Let me check my battery, make sure we're charging. Okay, yeah, we're good. Okay, because I've seen it time and time again, and for 2 years, man, I've been wanting a walker so damn bad. And finally, the opportunity presented itself. I could get one, so I couldn't afford anything more than, the 36-inch S18, and I really didn't want anything bigger than that because that's what I needed to go through, the gates and stuff. And I asked the salesman, Clayton, I said, hey man, check the width, the OD of this deck. He said, we're at 37. I said, all right, cool. Well, check the wheels too, because sometimes those are wider than the deck. Now on Kubota and Ferris, my experience, they've been the exact same, tire to tire, deck to deck. It's the same on the OD. So if your deck can make it through, the tires can make it through, unless they're low or flat, because then they'll kind of bulge out a little bit. So he said, okay, yeah, you're good to go. Okay, great. So anyway, so I buy the mower, and one of the things I noticed as soon as I got to my first property, the deck made it through, the wheels were hitting the post. I'm like, what the world's going on here? So I took a look at it, and the wheels on the OD was like almost 39 inches, kind of like right at, give or take, right? And I'm like, oh, okay. But other than that, I thought, okay, I told Lance, and Lance said, hey man, we'll send you some tires, some narrower tires. That ought to draw it in a couple of inches. That should bring you maybe closer to the deck. I was like, all right, because I think there'd be 1.5 inches less. So 1.5 inches on one side, 1.5 inches on the other side, that's 3 inches. So that should be plenty. That should draw me into that 36 coming from a 39, 38, 37. Yeah, that should be perfect. Well, I never saw those tires, okay? They never came in. Lance said, hey, I'm going to mail you some 1/4 inch washers. You use those as for your deck to adjust the height, in between, or 1/8 inch washers or whatever they were, in between the different levels so you can change your height. I was like, all right, cool. I never got those either. And I mentioned both of those down the road a couple weeks later, or a week later, from the time I bought the machine. Nothing. All right, so I was having cut quality issues. Hold on, Dan Walker just checked out a B23i, looking good. Too bad the deck don't flip up like the F-Series Kubota. So I was having cut quality issues, and it had an 18 horse. And I thought, well, surely that's plenty of horsepower because my FX600's only got 19, not much of a difference. And they said, oh, on these shaft-driven machines, you're going to get better cutting performance because you're not losing any of that torque horsepower from the belts, which in theory, that's correct. I'm like, okay, well, that's cool. And anyway, so it was having cut qualities. And I kept, telling them, hey, look, man, it's got issues. Well, we took the mower back on my next available date. I can't just run the mow up there the next day. We're in prime mowing season. Finally got it up there, and finally got it. They looked at it. They said, "Oh yeah, the governor is set real low." And that's, Alan and Lance both said, "Yeah, man, the RPMs are real low on it." So I didn't know. I knew it sounded kind of low, but I didn't know because I don't know walkers. And I said, "Okay, cool." So we took it in a couple days later. I got it back, I think, the next day, and they checked it over, and it was definitely considerably louder. In fact, I installed a tachometer before I returned it to them, so I knew what the RPMs were, and they were like 2,300. It was really low. When I got it back, it was 4,550, which was good. Look at the new 36-inch Walker model. No thanks, Glenn. I did, and I returned it. So that's the one we're talking about, Glenn, is the S1836. Anyway, so I was having an issue with it, and I'm like, man, I know these machines are supposed to cut better than that, right? So, in between getting it back, now this dealership is probably, 25 minutes away from me. It takes 25 minutes to get there, the traffic, and then, then you got to wait and then drive back, and then you find traffic. It's not like it's around the corner. So, I kept communicating with them, say, look, there's something wrong with the machine. It's not cutting right. I even did some YouTube videos on it. You know, some of you guys saw, because some of you guys commented on it. I was pretty hot about the thing. And you know, I emailed Bill, the owner of the business, which was Stop Equipment. It stands for Specialty Trailer Outdoor Power Equipment. They got 2 locations, 1488 in Conroe, and then they got another one in Conroe off of 3083 loop. So anyway, so I emailed him, hey man, you know, something's going on. He said, all right man, we'll just, you know, bring it in and, you know, we'll get it fixed. And, you know, and anyways, it's pretty hot and heavy over those couple of weeks. Finally got it in. And no, I didn't take it in a second time. I'm sorry, I never took it in a second time. My apologies. I was talking to him about trading it back to them. So, hey, can I trade you this mower back for something that works? It could be a Spartan mower, it could be a Bad Boy mower, whatever, just something that works. And they're like, well, Clayton says, well, you know, he doesn't own the mowers, the bank does. Okay, well, that doesn't matter to me. You know, just, you know, trade me one. You take care of the price, whether you pay for it, and then give me the mower, and then you sell, let's say this is the SAT, and then you sell this one and get your money back, whatever, right? So, model C wheels were narrower than that, yeah. So, he said, no, I don't have any new mowers. I got all new mowers I just ordered. I don't have anything to trade. Whatever, dude. You got like 100 mowers on the property. So I said, okay. At this time, my machine only had like 2 hours on it, right? 3 hours on it. And I said, okay, how about, you know, I paid $9,651 for that machine. You guys remember. And I paid cash for it. And I said, okay, I'll sell you my machine for $8,000. I'll take that $8,000 and I'll bounce. Okay. Never emailed me back. So I waited a few days, and you know, I'm like, okay, all right, I'm willing to sell it to you for $7,000. Emailed the owner back, $7,000. Never emailed me back, and I'm like, wow, you won't even buy your own machine back. And I know they don't sell a lot of those machines because that one sat there for over a year, and this one they probably had for over a year too. I don't know for a fact, but we're going to go over the inspection on stuff. You're going to see what I'm talking about. So, anyways, never responded back. So, I said, okay. So I emailed him again. And I said, all right, how about you give me $8,000 for my mower, or I trade you my mower, and I pay you the difference for whatever mower, you know, it is that we negotiate on, and we just figure out what that middle price is. Man, he emailed me within 3 minutes. He said, absolutely, sounds great. I'll have Clayton send you a proposal. I'm like, so Clayton sends me a proposal, all right, hour and a half later. And so, so then Clayton says, okay, we'll give you $8,000 for your mower, and we'll sell you the B23 or the B25. I don't remember which one. It was bigger deck, 48-inch cut. It had the grasshopper on the back. And it said, you know, we'll sell it to you at cost, $10,000 and something, which is a $2,000 difference, just under $2,000 difference plus tax. It's like $3,100 outdoor. And I'm like, well, I don't really want a bigger machine, right? So I was like that size with a big hopper. And I was wanting small and small. That's why I bought that one. So, all right. So I said, I told Clayton, well, hey, I don't really want to spend any money. You know, my headache, my frustration, my whatever, you know, all this back and forth I was having to go through was just a pain in the ass. It should be worth something, right? And so, anyways, I told Clayton, I said, what are my choices if I can't pay anything? He says, probably the B series. I said, okay, show me what you got. So he says, we have a B23i, a 48-inch side discharge, or do you want to stick with collection? I said, well, let's go with side discharge. It'll probably be okay. And I said, I'll build a chute blocker on the side if I want to block stuff off, you know. And they said, well, I don't know. Let me ask Lance if the machine will still operate like that. Lance said, well, I've never heard of anybody putting a chute blocker on a walker. They don't make them. He says people who want it to be mulched, they just buy a mulch deck. Well, this guy is not your average bear. So I put a mulch deck on this, drill some holes in it, and so airflow can go. because it's going to be bringing in a lot more grass. You want that airflow, it'll cut just right, just right. And so, I mean, you don't want to be mulching 6 inches of grass. We're only talking cut maybe 2 inches at the most, maybe 1.5 inches. It'll mulch fine. Then come back another pass if you want to lower it, but do it that way. It'll be fine. Anyways, so then I said, okay, well, how much is the B23? And hey, man, what's going on? Well, I can't hear you over this fan.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you? Hold on, that's my neighbor. Hold on a second.
I was telling you, sorry.
No, that's all right.
In the text, I was trying to tell you that we were going out of town.
Oh,
it's
okay.
her weekend for the mom.
Oh, I never got the text. Probably because I was on the phone.
How was the, no, I sent it when you sent me the thing on the blood drive. How did everything go?
Oh, everything went okay.
Everything
I
went well.
donated platelets this morning, and I didn't pass out, so we're good. Yeah, they had a lot of people treat blood and platelets.
Let me know when you're doing it.
It was nonstop.
Doing it again.
Yeah.
Because like I said, we just getting back off the road.
Sure.
She goes see the mom like once a month, so.
Yeah. She's back in Louisiana.
She's in Louisiana.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I got
Hi.
your yard on schedule on Tuesday. Yeah. You already look like you beat. Well, go have yourself a cold whatever.
Yeah.
Tea, beer, water, whatever it is you drink.
Something.
Enjoy a good movie, man.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. You take care, Nigel. So that's Nigel. They just moved in next door. Him and his daughter. I mowed their lawn now. They have a big gate in the back, so I can use this mower in the back. Man, that's awesome. View behind you now. The sun is coming down. Sorry. Sorry, some damn squirrels. Some damn squirrels. Okay, so party at the neighbor's house. Hello, what's up, Tom? Yeah, all right. So I need to get on before it gets too dark and I can't show you the machine. Okay, so he says, all right, well, I get there. Our first Bill emails me, and he says, okay, hey, I said, I emailed him, and I said to Alan in a text message, hey man, I'm tired of all this back and forth mower business. I want to be done with it. I want to get me a walker mower that works and be happy and move on. All right. So Bill messaged me back, and he said, okay, yeah, Clayton will have you a proposal in about an hour. I said, okay, great. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to load up the mower and head on down there before I start my day. They open like at 8 or 9 o'clock, something like that. And so I hop in the truck and I go and I call, and the guy said, no, Clayton's not here. He'll be back in about 30 minutes. Went to the bank. All right, cool. Well, by the time I got there, he wasn't back. It was still another, 30 minutes. Sometimes the bank can hold you up when you're doing business. So he said he talked to Clayton on the phone, and Clayton told him about the V23, so he got that one over to the shop to have the mechanic look at it, once over, kind of make sure it was good. And anyway, so I'm sitting there waiting. My S18 is still on the trailer, and Clayton comes out, and he's, he said, well, I'm still waiting on information from Walker. I said, what information? He said, well, I'm trying to find out if they're going to take the deck back or not. I got tired of freaking waiting, man. So I called Alan Metzger with Walker, and I left a voicemail. I said, hey, man, this is Kevin. I'm tired of all this back and forth waiting, the same message. And I said, look, Clayton said he needs whatever information from Walker for him to do whatever his next step is. Can you please get this information to him? Because I'm tired of waiting, man. I got 20 properties I need to cut between today and 2 o'clock the next day. So finally we go out to the trailer. He's looking at everything, and he's talking to Bill. He's like, yeah, I finally got Bill on board. He's down with it. I'm like, okay, what do we need to do? Because I'm ready to go, man. I can't be hanging out with you here all day, dude. We're not best buds. And no, I didn't tell him that, but I did say we have things to do. And he said, well, the holdup is, Walker and Bill are kind of like, I said, what do you mean, And he goes, well, they saw you posted some videos about, not being happy or, bad mouth. I said, well, first of all, those videos I posted up were very accurate. I was pissed about multiple things, and everything I talked about in that video was 100% true. I said, now, if you guys don't like that, well, maybe you should have handled your business within the first week or two of when this very first started. Well, he didn't have much to say after that. And I said, okay, look, I'll tell you what, I got stuff to do. So here's what I'll tell you, Clayton. Let's make a deal on the B23i, okay? Pretty much an even trade, And it's already it had 13.4 hours on it. He swore up and down it's brand new. And it might be brand new. He said that if you leave this key on that the time, other than the beeping noise, the timer will still keep going. And that's possible because every brand, their timers are completely different. Like Spartan, they have 2 timers. They have a timer on the deck and a timer on the engine. On Ferris, their timer, some of the models, the timer will run when the deck is on, and some will run only when the mower's on. So, I don't know, right? I just said, okay. And he said, but I promise you it's brand new. I said, all right, well, that's cool. So he took a picture of the hours, that way that was documented. I said, okay. And so we're looking over the machine, and we lift up this part here. So we lift up, let's see here. So we lift up this part here, and this thing right here, this hose is just an air hose to this, your air thing right down there. This guy was running in there, that part, the little flywheel part right there, spins, and it was like, I'm like, man, that thing's is that like a fuel line or what? And he's like, no, that's an air thing, an air hose thing. And he said, and I said, well, let's zip tie it up here, that way it's out of the way. They're like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. So the mechanic comes back, they do that. But see, look, look at all the surfer woods. Look at the dirt dauber nest right there. See that dirt dauber nest? Look at all that huge rust. And look at all this rust here. Rust there, Look at this muffler. Look how bad that is. Look at all that rust. And you see all that moisture that's collected on this block there? Look at that. Oh, and this overspray, guess what? Clayton told me this machine had been repainted, spot painted, fixed up, whatever you want to call it. Either way, it's been repainted. Look at overspray on this here. There was a lot on there, but I had to get it cleaned off with some engine cleaner so I could see what it is. Look at all that rust down in there, that shaft. Rust here. Now here's the thing about where we're at, okay? When moisture sets in, stuff's gonna rust. So I can't hold that to them. You know what I'm saying? Look at all that rust right there. See? Now, anytime I see mufflers that are rusted like that, what does that make you think of? Mufflers that have ran for quite some time. So, we got plenty of oil, but it says low oil pressure. So, that's what that beeping noise is. So, not sure why it does that. So, I mean, other than those few, rust areas, you have another area over here. You got that nick rubs right here's already rubbing off, right there's already rubbing off. Underneath the deck was pretty clean, so no complaints about that. I think we were okay. There's a little bit of surface rust here. Paint right here already chipping off. See? Rust here majorly. So it just blows my mind, man. I just already experiencing what I was experiencing that was leading up to this trade. It's like, geez, it's a lot to deal with, and here we go, here's some more rust right there. Those bolts down there are rusted. So now granted, some machines, oh look here, hold on, belt there has a little fray in it, 2 little frays, so that may be an issue down the road. I mean, belts get worn. I mean, I totally get it, you know what I'm saying? I totally get it. I'm just pointing out things that, were hiccups that I was noticing, as I was working on the machine. So it gets frustrating when you go through all the headache that I went through, and to think, okay, now this machine is about, they had it, I think, like for $800 and something dollars more. Okay, this machine is, hold on, got to turn my little deal around so I can, there we go. This machine is like, God dang it, hold on. There we go. Alright, so this machine They had it up for sale too. Open house special was like, it was $850 more, I believe, than the S18. And so I thought, okay, well that's probably a good deal, you know. Ugh. But I was just tired of all the headache that I was putting up with. I guarantee you, and I told Alan this, I said, bro, there's no better customer service than I have ever had than with William at Lansdowne Moody on East Freeway. And I talk about him in all my videos, not all the videos, but you know, chance I think about it. You know, we text each other all the time, man, how you doing this weekend? You know, we're friends. You know, we weren't friends at the beginning because I met him as a salesperson, but over the last 2.5 years, you know, it grew into a friendship. And anytime I needed anything, man, he didn't skip a beat. Now, there may be times he forgot to call me back, or he's at the end of the day text me like, dude, I totally forgot. So whatever it is, find out something for you or get you something or whatever it is today, but I'll be on top of it tomorrow morning. All right, cool, man. He communicated. That's a big thing, especially in our industry, is communication. Communication can make or break anything. So like at Stop Equipment, man, communication sucked. You know, I would message Clayton. Sometimes he'd message me that day. Sometimes maybe a couple of days before he messaged me back. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? You know, I thought you know what I'm saying? And then the owner not messaging me back. And here's the thing, the owner even admitted, you know, kind of when all this was going on, he said, yeah, I asked him, I said, when I very first messaged him, before I got this machine, when we were talking about possibly trading in, or actually even before that, he said, yeah, Clayton told me in the very beginning some of the issues you were having. Okay. Hold that thought. I'm going to go get another beer. I'll be right back. Okay, so I got Southern Star Bombshell Blonde Ale. Now there's a restaurant down here called Bombshells. It's all military decked out looking. Chicks wear mini skirts. I tell my wife that. Man, hot fajitas, let me tell you. All right. Dude, that's pretty good. A little colder than the last one. They had a chance to be in the refrigerator a little longer. Okay. Some of these units are stored out. Yes, Glenn, they are, buddy. A lot of them are stored. Some of them, most of them, you know, they store outside because they run out of room. But I think all of them are under cover of some kind, like a shrine, like a porch, a wooden porch. They do have that, but you still got rain that goes in this way. You know, you can't. You go to Kubota, you go to all these Skag, there's mowers outside, it doesn't hurt anything, you know. But it generally takes a good while for stuff to develop rust. So, you know, I need to find out, I don't know if you guys know, I need to find out from the serial number what year this machine was manufactured. That way I know how old it is. And I need to find out from Walker if this serial number has already been registered for warranty. Because if it has, that tells me it's already been sold, and they told me it hasn't been sold, so it may get pretty interesting here pretty soon. So I'm gonna be turning this machine in tomorrow morning. I'm gonna load it up on the trailer in a bit, and we are gonna get this bad boy done. I don't mind. I may even cut. I guarantee you this lawn right here. Look, let me show you. Right here. This lawn right here, it's got about 6 inches of St. Augustine, fairly thick, but not too bad. I guarantee you one pass and this machine will choke pretty good. That was one thing that I had a discussion with one of the subscribers or viewers yesterday or today or both, I don't know. We were talking about the engines, and I said, man, this Kohler, it's a 23 horse, but man, it doesn't hold a candle to the Kawasaki 1600V, or FX 600V. The 19 horse, I know, and 23 horse, I know. There's a difference in torque and stuff. But any of you guys who have operated a Kawasaki 19 horse, the FX 600, you know that machine is straight up balls crazy. This machine can't, and I can't speak for all the machines. I can only speak for what I have been using currently and what I can compare it to what I have used. And I'm not talking about one time. I'm talking about using it every single day. I can tell you more about that FX 600 than the next guy. And I'm telling you, on 2 different brands, Kubota and Ferris, phenomenal. Straight up, watch my videos. Phenomenal cut. And not only that, it plows through stuff. You can hear it dig down. See the max torque on a FX 600 is down in the lower range. I don't know, 2200 RPMs or something like that. I think it idles at 3600, I don't know, whatever. But you want that higher torque max to be the lower RPM, because when it starts to bog down, it's really just, those blades are, I mean, they're grinding, kicking that grass out. This thing was struggling a little bit at that customer's house on the video I just posted, doing an acre with this guy. That wasn't thick. That was just country pasture grass. And you could hear the RPMs drop, and you turn around, and it just wasn't that great of a cut. Now, in Walker's defense, I do like to double cut almost every property I mow, whether I mow it weekly or not, because I like for it to look super clean. And you guys ought to try this sometime if you're not in a hurry. Mow whatever yard you're mowing, right? And mow, let's just say you're mowing this side like what we just had, right? So you mow that side right there, and then you mow it again. So the first time it should look good. You do it a second time, it should be sharp, right? Because anytime you double pass something, it's going to be better than the time before that. That's just how it is. So give that a shot, and I got addicted to that. I'm like, dude, I like the way that looks. That looks good, All right, so, and I got addicted to that. Okay, so on the Walker, I'm thinking, okay, cool. I know not every mower brand is going to be perfect. I totally get that. Hey, what's going on there, Jacob? Mommy. Not every mower brand is going to be perfect. I totally get it. Trust me, you're talking to a guy who's had probably 15 mowers in the last 3 years. Bought them all brand new with the exception of probably 2. And I'm telling you, different brands mow differently on different terrains. That's just how it is. These walkers, I've tried 3 walkers now, work better on flat terrains. Now, I'm not talking about, you can't use them on hills. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about flat terrains that don't have any dips or holes. So it's flat terrain and it's even rolly, that's okay, because the surface is still flat, okay? These don't do that well when there's a lot of dips and a lot of holes and a change in height of where that deck is, coming in contact with that grass. That's where one of these other machines do way better. And when you use the Kubota or the Ferris, there's a clean cut from the left side of that deck all the way to the right side of the deck. It looks like the flat top of something. You just got a haircut, you got a flat top, and that straight up here and that right there, that's exactly what it looked like. And I was like, man, it looks good. But with this guy, you just don't get that. And I tried different heights. Friends would, yep. I just don't understand why. Is it the depth, in the deck? It's not the width. Is it the type of blades? Now, we'll tell you this. If you guys haven't tried a Fisher Barton Marbane blade, you might as well hang your shit up. Google search Fisher Barton Group. Okay, you're going to go on there. They have a lot of innovative products. You heard me probably talk about this in my truck talk the other day. I text my buddy William. I said, dude, what is up? Or I might have called him. No, I called him. I said, bro, what is up with these blades, man? They're like phenomenal. I haven't had sharpened in like several weeks. And the cut is still like I'm not even thinking about sharpening them. He said, well, you might have those Marbane blades. He was trying to pronounce it. I'm like, okay, I've heard that name. I couldn't quite get it in my head on how to say it. I said, maybe that's what it is because they're badass. So I looked it up, Fisher Barton Marbane blades. They're on YouTube as well. Big company. They sell a lot of innovative products of different kinds. So I looked them up. That you can find, if you go to their blade selection on the left page, click down, and it'll show you all the brands that they carry. They don't carry Walker because I was going to find how to get some. They don't carry Walker blades for Marbane blades for Walker. It's probably because they got maybe that special notch in that hub or something, George. Maybe because that front mount deck isn't suspended like other mowers, it won't roll with the ground. You know, that may be because a true hanging deck. But here's the thing: my Kubota is a floating deck because it's hanged by chains, so you can move it forward and back, and it can go up and down. You know, without the machine moving. That's different than the deck on the Ferris. The Ferris doesn't have the chains. They're held on by these little like little metal arm things. But the Kubota is chained. It's a full floating deck. But you know, I don't know why. I mean, I have a video. I haven't posted yet of the Kubota. We're in the backyard of a customer. Kubota and the S18. It's the last video I filmed while having that mower. And they were mowing. The S18 mowed 5 passes, coming and going, and then or 5 rows. The Kubota mowed 5 rows, and then we walked down. First we did the S18, then we walked down. You know, you guys watched me mow, and then, well, you haven't, but you will when I post it. And then it has, I walked down there and talked about there's some stragglers. I pointed some out, you know, but that's understandable because, you know, I do get stragglers every now and then, even on my Ferris and Kubota. Every mower does. I don't care what brand you have, it's going to happen. Okay, but what I was not seeing is other than that straggler, in between those stragglers was not a clean cut from left to right. And that's what I'm fussing about. You know, I'm not getting that cut, and I'm spending $10K cash on this damn mower. You know, and so, anyways, and then I did the Kubota. Now the difference was the S18 was collecting the grass in the back, so you might as well call that a rear discharge. Okay, because it's not staying in that deck cutting up. It's cut it and in the back. The Kubota, I left it on mulch. So it was actually working harder than the S18. And it cut better. And it had less stragglers. How does that happen? I'll tell you how that happens. I don't know how that happens. But all I know is you could see, even those first few passes when you're watching the Kubota, you're like, dude, that cut looks cleaner. Just the color of the grass was different, you know? And I should have got some up close, but we walked down, you know, I pointed out some stragglers that the Kubota had, and, you know, pointed out more stragglers that the Walker had. I'm not dissing Walker because, look, guys, Walker didn't send me this machine. I paid for that sumbitch by myself, you know, in hopes of having, you know, the perfect 3 machines. I wanted Walker, Ferris, and Kubota. That's what I was wanting. Hi, Nisha. And, you know, I was thrilled to have a Walker. You know, I didn't buy this just to, you know, talk bad about them. Shit, I wanted this more because of how badass it looks on YouTube, you know? And I've had nothing but customer service issues and issues on the mower, you know, and I don't live like next door to the dealer. I guarantee if I had the same issue going on with William, he would drive down here, pick up the mower the very next day. He said, Kevin, don't worry about it, man. You're busy. I'll drive down there. I'll bring the truck and trailer, and I'll pick it up, and I'll bring it back to the shop, and I'll have my technician look at it. That's how that would have happened. And you know how I know? Because we almost had that same incident with one of the mowers I bought. It was having, this was about a year or so ago. It was having a hiccup with something. I don't remember. I was able to troubleshoot it on my own because I could still use it, but something was going on with it. and it wasn't quite running right. But I couldn't take the downtime because at the time it was the only big mower I had. And companies around here, they don't have loaners like you see on YouTube. Oh yeah, I got this loaner here. That's why my dealer's the best. Dude, we don't have that shit around here. We got tons. You got thousands of lawn companies, and then you got very few lawn dealers. Ain't no one gonna hand you out a mower just so you can sell me that mower you have is talking about. Sell me the lawnmower. I'll give you when it's there. Nisha, you got half of that is English, and I don't know what the other language is. I don't understand. But yeah, I just might be putting this mower up for sale. If I do, it'll be $8,000. But I'm not ready to put it up for sale. I think we can still get it running right. I just don't know what's wrong with it yet. But I'll probably put it up for sale because I'm just not very happy with everything. But anyways, so all right. So what was I talking about? Who's got questions here? Because I totally had a brain fart. Let's see here. Maybe because the deck. Brandswood. Cheers. Yeah, Kubota X-Mark like giant monsters. Swing. Michael, yeah, it's great. Have William handy plus a mower hero. He's the best. And if I need a power equipment, he'd be the winner. Yep. Some of these units are stored outside. They are. It's good. The best William crew lands down moody. Keeps their stuff looking nice. And they do. Man, that's an awesome view behind your house. The sun is coming down. Sorry, dance course. Party in the neighbor's house. That's not good business, though. I agree. Model C. Looked at the Walker 36. Too bad deck don't flip up. Yeah. Here we go. Just checking out the. Yep. Dad. Okay, so we're caught up on everything. Okay. So right now, I haven't touched the Ferris in like 2 weeks, man. Because I mean, look, she's over there hanging out like an old stubborn lady. Not trying to fit any ladies out there. And then the Kubota's on the trailer, That Kubota. The only thing I wish was different was the suspension. And I'll tell you this. I think, and I texted William this the other day and I told him on the phone, I said, dude, I'm this close to saying this Kubota cuts better than my Ferris Z136. Pretty close, because I'll tell you what, I got already 30-something hours on that Kubota. I don't think I've had it a month yet, or maybe right at a month. And it's, I love that machine. Any of you guys out there have a Kubota mower, a zero turn or a walk behind or the push mower, maybe a Ferris, or maybe any of you guys have a Walker out there that you really like, that's doing good for you. What model is that you have? I don't even know if I'm pronouncing your name right, Nisha. I'm probably doing it wrong. I'm sorry. Where do you live? Question mark. You know what? I almost want to cut that side. Who wants to see me cut this side over here of this mower, of this grass? Who wants to see me cut this side? Hands up. Hands up. And I'll do a pass or two. This should be all right. Anybody? Anybody want to see? Come on, get your fingers. Here we go. Man, I got a push mower. Oh, you need more than a push mower. Okay, any of you guys want to see me mow with the B23 out here? My town has a ZD. Push through, set it. Do it. All right, Oren. All right, hold on. Oh, hold on. All right, we're going to get set up. Let me plug this in. I'm just going to test you. I'm going to show you guys right here, right now, no bullshit. One pass with the Walker, one pass with the Kubota. Both set at the same height. So did you make the trade yet for another mower at the dealer, or is that still? No, Dave. Yeah, we already made the trade. The original Walker was the S18, Dave, the 36-inch guy. This is the B23i with the Kohler Command Pro 23 horsepower that struggles a little bit. Okay, here we go, guys. You are seeing firsthand. Get everybody on board right now on live video, because you're going to see right now, no editing, no nothing. One pass with the Walker here, one pass with the Kubota on the next side over. Okay, let's see here. Got 62 power, it should be good. All right. Let me move a couple things out of the way like this basketball goal. Hold on, guys. Hang tight. We're gonna get some mowing. Oh. Oh, dang. Okay, all right. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna do one pass with a mower with the walker, and then one pass with a Kubota. Okay, so hang tight. Let me get the mower, and we'll check quality here in a minute. All right. So we got to check the height. We're gonna do it at 4 inches. Now the easiest way for me to get 4 inches, because these holes are real hard to get to, is to flip the deck off and switch the pins and drop them. We've already would have had it switched on the motor. I can't hold that against water. This side has always been a pain to do. Always. All right. Whew. Okay, we'll get you guys rolling here. One pass, and then we're going to check out the quality. Okay. All right, so let's take a look. Now what you guys are going to see is not quite the same as what I'm seeing, because cameras can't pick up depth perception and all these colors that our eyes can see near as well as our eyes can see. These cameras are hard to do that. But okay. So what I'm seeing is a lot of unevenness like this. Okay, like I'm looking here. This is lower cut. This is lower cut and not quite there in the middle, okay? Same thing. I don't really see a whole lot of stragglers. I mean, there's a couple down there, but what I'm seeing is not an even cut. You know, I don't see that flat top straight across is what I'm missing, okay? And I think what I might do is, yeah, I got one more. I have just enough room for one pass over here. okay? So we got, you know, some stragglers, but you're gonna have that on some mowers. So it's not that, it's just the cut. You know, I would need to pass this again for it to be very nice. But remember, I've said it before, a lot of times I like to double cut so it looks great. But what I see here is, looks uh, like the grass isn't in unison laying down. It's like all over the place. And I think because the big sweeping blades and then moving forward, I don't know. I'm not an engineer. I'm trying to explain what I'm seeing here. Okay, we'll do one pass with the Kubota. Remember, we're cutting 4-inch tall. Okay, guys, so check this out. All right, so the Kubota has the chute blocker on there, okay? So right now, it is at a disadvantage, okay? So it's going to have to, I know. See, that's the thing what blows my mind. I know, right? It's like this, even the sound of the Kubota just sounds real throaty and real just blah, 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 blah. So much better than the Kohler. Now I've had other mowers that had Kohler engines, they just did not sound good. But this FX600 on the Kubota sounds better than on the Ferris. I don't know why. Maybe it's a little different muffler too. It looks like, but I don't know. But anyways, so there's a disadvantage that the Kubota has, and that's because it's going to have. I got to get over to the side. It's not going to side discharge. It's going to mulch, so it's going to have to work twice as hard. So keep that in mind. Actually, you know what? No. We're going to do it even Steven. Let me get a pair of pliers to get this off. Just wait. Won't take that long to get it off. And that way we're playing with I need to go and get better bolts for this so that way I'm not having to mess with it. Although this is still pretty quick. Fairly. Okay, pliers ready. bolts off, guys. Okay. You guys ready? I know you're ready. Dumb question, right? Okay, guys. Now it's a little more even. Side discharge. I'm probably going to get a walker tomorrow. Okay. I don't think Walker has one with a Kawasaki engine, but man, if it did, I'd be all over that like a paper plate in a snowstorm. And I can't take credit for that because Ashery said that. Grass fly up on me? Is that a grass fly up on me? I didn't even fucking think about that. Hey, look, man, he's got dandruff. Yeah. Dude, I hope you guys can see this difference. Because let me tell you something, it's enormous. Now, I mean, look, this, now we're mowing the same direction. Yeah, they all have a Kohler. Okay, now look, this right here, look at this. Okay, even, look at that, flat top. Okay. Not quite the same, but close, very close. Kubota wins by landslide. You see, and just imagine if you guys were here in person. Okay, in person it looks even better. It's hard to get depth perception and color and, you know, what the camera's missing here. But I'm telling you, man. I mean, even going this way, now watch. We're gonna turn around and go the other way. Now watch, yeah, major difference. See, some of you guys can see. See, this guy here is clean from left to right. Now watch this. Look at that. Look at the difference, guys. Now we're both going, you see, we both came this direction. Now look at that. See how this is darker? That's leaving a better cut quality. Okay? That's getting all those grasses to communicate and stand straight up while it's delivering that cut. I mean, it's just night and day difference. Night and day difference. I should probably go ahead and mow his lawn. You know what? I think I'm just gonna go ahead and mow it and then edge it tomorrow. You know what? Yeah, I don't lie on my videos, man. I don't lie. So that's why why would I want to pay 10 grand for something that is supposed to be cutting the best on the market and it doesn't? Okay, well, I can answer that for you. Because, again, not every mower is designed to be as good or the same as the next mower. They're all different. I even read in the owner's manual of the Walker, it said its ideal turf, now I don't remember word for it, it said its ideal turf is cutting only a third of the grass up top. But here's the thing, if you're mowing 2 feet of grass, what's a third? Yeah, okay, so when you're using a walker, here's been my experience, it's better if you're taking no less than 2 inches off. Within 2 inches off the top of the grass, I think that's when it does good. When you have to go lower than that, I just don't think. Now, they're not really designed to do it. They're finish mowers, you know. Do they make good stripes? Yeah, absolutely. You know, I sent some pictures to Alan because he asked me, said, how do you like the new mower? And I said, dude, the thing cuts great. And it does. It does cut good on some turfs, which is what I've been noticing. It also has good in fescue that is not tall or super thick. Yeah, I see those other grasses up north, you know, we don't have those down here. They do. Now, up there, everybody cuts a 4 incher. You know, down here, not everybody cuts a 4 inches, you know. 2 to 4 inches. But, anyways, so some grass types up north, I think the majority of them, lay down a little bit better to stripe than what we have down here. Yeah, fescue and Bermuda, so they probably stripe better. So is that Walker's fault? No, it's not. Um, so, I mow all types of terrains, predominantly St. Augustine. So some flatlands, some, got some dips, some real rough terrains, some big properties, some small properties. I got a mixture of terrains, but primarily St. Augustine. So if you find a mower that just dominates, that's the best mower for what you're cutting. Okay. So my whole deal with this Walker model is one, that buzzing noise. It was like that from the day I picked it up. So that's my number one issue. Number two, why does it have 13.4 hours on it? He didn't, he kind of told me, oh, you know what? I would love to test that theory, and we could. I don't know how long someone could put up with all this, but if you guys are willing to put up with the beeping noise, let's see if it does what he says it does. Clayton says it will run on its own without being on. So you guys are looking at it right now. Let's test that theory, okay? All right. I know it's annoying, guys. I can't do anything with that sound. But let's see if 6.3 moves. If 6.3 doesn't move within the next, I don't know, 5 minutes or so, guess what? Then I don't think what he's saying was accurate. So you guys just bear with me. I'm going to go back here and answer some questions. You keep an eye on that 16.3. Yeah, Kohler lawn service. I don't bag. I mean, I used to bag. I had Toro bagging system. I had Walker bagging system. I had Kubota bagging system. I had a flex machine. No, I didn't bag on that one. Uh, I bagged, quite a bit, and then I was like, you know what? I was only doing that because I wanted to do it. I wasn't doing it because the customers were asking for it. What's up off the grid? The Kubota is giving the money and a good cut quality. I'll say it's the mower you are looking for. The Walker is just not your type of chick per se. No, I agree off the grid. Like I was saying a minute ago, some mowers are going to mow better in different terrains. What's really got, my gears turning about this whole um, situation from the very beginning is just the customer service and avoiding me, and everything leading to the next thing. And there was something wrong with the S18 for sure. you know and this one, we got this beeping noise. Well, it was like that when I picked it up. Why was it like that? So those are some of the experiences we're experiencing as a first time walker buyer, and it's like, gosh, it's not a good feeling. Neighbors peek through window. Honey, there goes the neighborhood mowing again at 7 p.m. on Sunday. Okay, is anybody keeping track of time? Yep, George. Kawasaki does have more of that lope to it. It's like a badass, like a little, motorcycle, man. It's an addictive sound. This Kohler just doesn't have that sound. Dave, we were cutting at 4 inches, bro. Still nothing moves. Probably run the battery down. Okay, the FJ180V on the smaller walk behind mower is a beast. Kawasaki makes great stuff. Yeah. When I had the Kawasaki walk behind 36-inch deck, it had the FX600V, and that was my first one. I'm like, okay, I'm in love with this engine. No, Dave, I read the owner's manual. The owner's manual said, and I can go get it if you like. In fact, I will go get it. Hang tight. Okay guys, I have the owner's manual here, so I'm gonna look for where it says, where I read it earlier on the whole beeping noise. Just give me a second. I'll find it. Let's see here. I should have circled the page, that way I knew right where to go. Hold on. I'm looking through the pages, guys. Hang tight. Yeah, that counter hasn't moved yet. Oh, the wind's blowing. Oh. Hold on. This is it. Think about it. Okay. Well, here's one thing. It says engine service light. Engine service light. Here it says engine service light indicates that the engine electronic has detected a fault in the engine performance. When this light illuminates during, oh no, that was during operation. Okay, that's something different. All right, pressure marking. All right, I'm still trying to find it. Hold on. Man, where did I see that at? Let's see here. Let's check oil, tire pressure. There you go. Check and service, air cleaner, engine. Go engine, maybe page 3. Let's try page 3. That's engine specs. Okay. That number should have changed by now, don't you think, guys? If it was going to. All right, let's turn that off. Okay, let's go inside real quick. I'm still trying to find this where it says, but I got shit all over the place. All right, hold on. So I can lay this on the table, because I know I read it earlier. It was saying that when you turn the key to the on position, if you hear the horn, and then it turns off when you turn the engine on, it says that there's low pressure warning. All right, hold on. way you guys can see what I'm doing here. All right. Okay, so you guys saw that change. Okay. I know I read this somewhere. Let's see, let me do it this way. That way I can see what you guys are saying. In case you're talking to me. Okay. Where's this? I knew I should mark it. Okay, move forward center. Bar. Okay. I want to find it here because I know I read it. I was like, dude, I read it twice. Oh, oh. All right, so what questions do you guys have right now? I'm not sure, probably. What is this? Wow, what is a big engine on 36 deck? Walk behind. Yeah, it is. I know, but I'm telling you, they have it. Dude, I was like, I have videos on it. Go back and look at my Kubota section. Mowing tall grass. That walk behind is shooting grass out a good 20 feet, man. I mean, it's monstrous. I think so too, Aaron. Walker is made in Colorado, so that is why when they show it cut so clean, all they have there is fescue. That is cold season grass. Yeah, you're right, Kohler. That's what I'm saying. You know, it does. Walker does cut great, but it doesn't cut great around here. You know, as you guys probably saw in my 44-minute long Walker video of mowing an acre, you know, yesterday, I posted it today, had to mow over and over and over to have a good cut, but to get that look for it, you know, to get that nice look. Been well over one. Yeah, for sure. What made you want to Walker? There are so many great mowers for warm season grasses. I have not really heard of them being widely used in the South. Yeah, Aaron, I don't even know who they sell to because I have seen one Walker yet in this area where I've been living in mowing for the past 3 years. I wanted a collection system and I wanted to try something new. What's up, Ryan? Yeah, Ryder really good. Ryder tough, man. They're good. Everyone has rights these days. It seems like the company is doing very well. Yes, they are. Aaron Gill, it needs to be 1/10 of an hour, so 6 minutes. It should change. Well, but it probably, Dave, do you think it's been 6 minutes? I think it's been more than 6 minutes. Early stage oil change. No, because, you know, they said, the guy said, Clayton said it should only have about 1 hour on it. That somebody at a open house left the key in the on position and it ran the battery down. The counter kept going. I don't know. I mean, as you guys see, it didn't look. I'm planning on getting a Honda shaft driven mower. From my own experience, having a ride cuts very well. It does. I believe it. Johnny Moe just made a video saying that he deemed a right ZK killer and was impressed. Nice. I subscribed. Thank you, ET. I appreciate that. Stuck at 16.3. Yep, they truly make a great product. I agree. Our meter hasn't changed, and it was repainted. Sounds like return mower to me. What scumbag saying it's new? The salesperson saying it's brand new. But how are you gonna have 13.4 hours on it, man? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I don't know. It's just there's too many things that just sound fishy, you know. And it bothers me. Do you prefer the edge with the string trimmer from the sidewalk or standing on the grass inside or outside? I prefer using string trimmer unless it's overgrown property and there's a lot of thick runners and I need a stick edger that really gets down in there. It's safer that way. And then I'll use a stick edger and clear it all up and mow it and blow it. Once it's clean, I'll hit it back up with a string trimmer that time, and then you have super crispy edges. A stick edger can't get you crispy edges like a string trimmer can. I normally stand on the grass only because I go backwards, only due to because the counterclockwise motion, which is really what you want to base everything off of, whether you're left-handed or right-handed, will determine if you can walk on the grass or walk on the sidewalk. And it actually don't. I take that back. It doesn't determine that. Walking on the grass or the sidewalk is totally up to you. As long as you're walking away from the debris. So if it's going counterclockwise and it's debris it's picking up, it's going away from you, you're going that way, that's the safer way to go. You don't want to go into what you're cutting. As far as walking on the grass or the sidewalk, I've tried both. I prefer walking on the grass because I get a cleaner edge, but it's kind of hard to tell because they both look good, you know. But I've done both. Can you look it up on YouTube? That little 2-in-1 is a monster. Subscribe. It's at least 8 minutes. Yeah, the dealership is sketched at best for sure. I agree, George. Oops, sketchy. What about your Ferris? My Ferris, dude, my Z148. I love it. All right, guys, come on. I need to try to find this thing. I'm telling you, I promise you, I read it today. I read it today. Well, nobody's stealing my walker. Got it by the curb. People thinking, oh man, you got it up for sale? Man, so grubby hands away from my walker. Okay, this is batteries. Okay. This is the deck. Okay. Port TO raised. Okay. You know what? I think it was back where the engine was, because I remember I was looking up some engine specs. I was comparing the Kawasaki, the 23 Kohler to the Kawasaki. To the Kawasaki 19 horse. If you have difficulty finding out for people, I probably should put that mower up on the trailer and then come back to this, but I think it'd be okay right there. I mean, I hear it go before anybody takes off with it anyways. In fact, it's not very common something to steal it. They're not going to know how to drive it anyways. They'll probably rack themselves more than anything else. Failure to follow safety, okay, walk or ride. Read and understand, become thoroughly, okay, never allow clear all mower form, keep your especially do not operate machine, okay. Walk or ride mowers design, however, some failure instructions, okay. Okay. I know we're so close, guys. What I'm doing, make sure to interlock switches. Last gas thing, crew, and keep the cigarettes. Oh yeah, never attempted this up. Okay. All right, everybody have a good 4th of July. Spend time with friends and family. First stick edger, it seems safer to me, and it requires a hell of a lot less practice to make. And just look at, well, that's true. I agree, Aaron. What's up, LTD? Man, haven't seen you for a minute. That's why William is a hero. All this is from I gotta believe that beeper is low oil pressure warning. Is a light like an oil light in a car dashboard, just a beeper hooked to it instead. Yeah. Let's see here. Passengers, avoid rocks. Things moving forward suddenly. Disengage blade, danger. Maintain control, release, 12 neutral. Already got safety instructions. Immediately disengage PTO. Repair, leaving, okay, maximum recommended slope. Okay, never adjust cutting height. Yep, nope. So when using observe, do not reduce clock. Alright, now we're close because I know it's a safety thing. To prevent accidental reduce fire hazard, perform only maintenance. Okay, jewelry, always avoid, never attempt to ever use general parts. Make sure, change battery, keep spark disconnected. Okay, there's some labels there. If I can sweat my balls off, I'm going to need another shot. I think you guys want to know that. Danger, activating the battery can endanger battery, electrolyte poisonous, or spills. All right, remove battery. Okay, this is all battery stuff on this one. Okay. Battery. It's all battery. Assembly instructions. Okay. I know when we get to the engine, it's going to be different. Starts talking about warning lights and beeps and stuff like that. Okay, assembly. I know we're getting close, guys. Checklist. Oh, here, this might be it. Checklist, air filtration, checklist, engine cooling system. Cooling lubrication, check function, interlock switcher before to operate, check during leaving the seat, or before to operate, check for proper both during engine start and operate leaving the seat, track moving forward. Okay, before fuel tank. Okay. Check mower blades, mower blade mount. Do not hold S position. Okay. Switch. Oh, this is located. This maybe get close. The ignition switch is located. Okay, that's located. Oh, here we go. Oil pressure warning. I knew I'd find it. Ooh. Oil pressure warning horn. Okay, that's right there on the side. Okay. It says your oil pressure warning horn indicates that engine oil pressure is low, is below the safe operating level, 3 to 5 psi. This horn will sound when the ignition is turned on, but should go off after the engine is started. If the horn fails to sound when the ignition switch is turned on, it could indicate a horn failure. If the horn sounds during engine operation, stop the engine immediately and correct the source of the problem before further engine. Oil pressure warning horn indicates the engine that engine oil pressure is below the safe operating level. This horn will sound when the ignition is turned on. Yeah, see, continued operation of the engine with a low oil pressure condition will cause severe engine damage. It's a brand new machine. Why is it doing that? And I checked the oil pressure because you saw me check it. I pulled the dipstick out. It was fine. It was within those little marked areas from top to bottom had oil. It was that whole thing. That means it was good. So that means maybe it's a faulty horn going off when it should be going off. Okay, you know what? We're going to mark this page. Hold on. Hold on. Here we go. X. Now I just got to remember what the hell X is going to mean when I go looking for it. All right, let's bring these mowers in. What other questions you guys have? I mean, I have been more than fair, you know, with this whole experience with stop equipment, and, you know. Now, in Walker's defense, they can't make the dealer do anything the dealer doesn't want to do, okay? So, I can't hold Walker at fault for it, you know. But, what Alan can do, and Lance and Walker, is they're able to, and I'm speaking on their behalf, they're able to maybe, you know, bridge that gap a little bit between, you know, the two people to try to come to, you know, common agreements on two parties, kind of play the middle, you know. Of course, they're always going to choose their dealer first because that's where they make their money, you know. I wish I had another beer. Oh, I have some left. Beer is so much better when it's cold. You know, so in their defense, there's only so much they can do. But this whole experience with Stop Equipment has been the worst buying experience, customer service, ever. Okay, and it's been horrible. I remember when last time I bought a mower and I returned it was at Bland's Lawn Equipment. This was like 2 years ago. I bought an Encore, maybe 2.5 years ago. 2.5 years ago, I bought an Encore 32-inch walk-behind mower, brand new, off shoulder floor. I paid like, I don't know, $3,300, something like that, right? Okay, and I bought a 2-wheel sulky. Okay, I used it for one day. It took me 4 hours to mow 2 corner lot properties. I hated that freaking machine. The handles killed my hands. Killed them. It hurt to squeeze the damn thing. Well, guess what? They don't do demos. So you know what? Whatever Chuck buys that mower, you don't like it, you stuck, buddy. So, you know, that's why it's so important to demo. But there's no Encore demo guys around here. They don't do that bullshit. A lot of that stuff you see is like on YouTube only, you know, by chance. You don't really see a lot of it here. I mean, I haven't. You know, William has brought a Kubota out to me. In fact, this one that I bought, he said, man, let's do it. And William is going to bring a Skag V-Ride 2 out to me. We're going to meet at a property, and we're going to go V-Ride. We're going to go Kubota, and we're going to go Ferris. And if I got that Walker, I guess they could tag along too. I mean, it's going to be sitting in the back of the bus anyway. So what's going to matter? But that would be awesome. The battle of the stand-ons, to have those 3, because they're all really good. Anyways, I'm a squirrel. So, you know, all right, so I didn't like that mower. I only put 2 hours on it. Hated it. Took it back, and I told Thomas. Thomas is the owner of Bland's Lawn Equipment. That shop is mile and a half from here. And I said, hey man, I hate this mower. It banged me up pretty bad. It hurts my hands to do the controls. Well, we got to adjust it. I said, no man, I just don't want this thing. I tried and tried and tried and tried and tried. I tried to adjust it myself, everything. I don't want it. And I said, I don't want my money back. I said, I just need a mower that I can use. He goes, well, we can't resell it. It's already used. I said, Thomas, I know that's not true. Okay, it's got 2 hours on it. You can sell it as a demo, knock a couple $100 off it. You'll still sell it. You'll still sell it. Why do you got to tell me that bullshit when I know it's not true? So, warranty doesn't change. None of that changes. And so they said, okay, well, hey, what do you want? So, well, I need like a 32-inch cut, right? I said, okay, well, how about this Toro SS3225? And I said, I do not want another Toro. I had a Toro before. I had a big one. I have the MX5050, the biggest clunky tank thing I ever used. I put 30 hours on it, got rid of it. Did not like it. It was my first of worst mowers I've ever used. Now, if I had a Toro high-end, like a Titan, that may be a little different. Sometimes the high-end levels and the low-end levels are night and day. But anyways, so he said, okay, I eventually said, okay, well, I'll do the SS3225. He said, yeah, man, all my landscapers buy them. That's the big one to have. It goes through all the gates. All right, cool. One long blade. You know how long that blade is? Wider than you can see right now. It's like, well, it's 30-inch blade because it's 30-inch deck. Well, guess what? That blade is too long for it to be a blade. 30 inches. Might as well be a Huey helicopter. So, upside down trying to cut grass. Well, I bit 2 blades and I broke a shaft on that sumbitch. And I had to pay for the shaft, pay for the blades, and on an ant mound 2 different times. And I'm like, you know what? I'm done with this damn thing. When I engaged the blade one time, as I came off the trailer deal, it went cling, shoom, and it shot out from underneath the blade or underneath the deck about a good 6 feet. If someone was standing there, they would be standing there the next day with only 1 foot. So I sold that quick. Now with that, I had the bagger system, I had the canopy, I had the whole thing, and I hated that mower. So, but the Encore, my point is, Encore was the first one I ever actually returned because it was just horrible, right? And anyway, so I bought that mower from them, and I got some other 2-cycle equipment from them, and I did a little bit of business with them on and on, but they did not like me because I returned that. It's like they hated me. It's like, why you want to hate your customer? You're not going to have a problem selling that mower. Look where we live. The Jose will be in next week to buy that sumbitch. Don't hate your customer because he's unhappy about something. Figure out what happened, and hey, you know what? Let's solve this problem. You don't like the mower. Okay, I'm not saying you got to return or accept the return from every mower that a customer turns around and says, I don't like this mower. No, I totally get it. You don't. What you do, you pull the customer to the side where no one else can hear and say, hey man, okay, so what's going on with this mower? And they'll tell you, man, this thing's killing my hands. I can't this, I can't that. And, the 2-wheel sulky just shaking me all around. And later when I bought my Kubota walk behind with the FX600B, I bought a single wheel sulky. Let me tell you something. Oversized wheel, single wheel sulky is so much better than a 2-wheel sulky any day of the week and twice on Wednesdays. I'm serious. I'm not bullshitting. It's so much better because you're traveling over less of the bumps. Why? Because you're on one wheel. You're tracking in the center of your mower, so there's less movement here because you're tracking in that center. Okay, where if you have those 2 wheels, you're constantly everywhere you go. It's not as pleasant. So, anyways, and you pull the customer aside and say, hey, what's going on, bro? What can we do to fix this? I'm checking out my battery library. And that's when they say, you come into agreement where no one else can hear you because no one knows what's going on. The customer's happy. You figure out if it's a legit return and maybe some bullshit Walmart return. Hey, we don't do that here. Okay. But things were sour for quite some time. And it took a long time. It took a year for things to kind of smooth over. But I kept going back. Sulky, yeah, I know. They make good sulkies. The right sulky, is that like a pun? Because I noticed you put W on that. Okay. Anyways, I'm totally getting off. Okay. Let's see here. I think the alarm is working correctly. What am I missing? Dave. Okay. So what is oil pressure? Let me back up here because I missed some of the stuff. Got a worker now. Been busy. That's good, LTD. I'm still solo. Probably always will be. Got to believe the beeper is low. Okay. X-Mark has a navigator, same as the Troy 800 series, which is similar to Walker. Da, 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 da. Yeah, they do. The X-Mark does too. Seen the personal update video. Gonna have to watch it, but said you were live. So thank you, dude. Oil pressure is gonna be 0 pounds when the engine is off, so it sounds the alarm. I know, but it says if it's low, it's gonna beep in the beginning. So is it saying, George? Is it saying if it doesn't beep, then there's something wrong with it? Is that what it's saying? If it does, let me know, because maybe that's what it's saying and it just didn't say it that way. If so, well, then that would be correct. Alarm goes off while you are running? Yes. The alarm is working correctly. What am I missing? The low oil warning light does illuminate when engine, when engage the key, but goes away during operation. It states not to worry unless it comes on during operation. Okay. All right. That may be right, Brandon. Probably right. Mine comes on when the key is first turned, then, or if I have the blades engaged and get off the seat and it kills the engine. Key on, not running, horn sounds. Okay, Fred. So you think that the horn's running correctly then, Fred? Because it was just kind of confusing with what I was reading, and I just want to make sure that's right. Holy crap, I'm enjoying the sound effects. I think you need another beer. Dude, I've already had 2. I had, I don't know, I got a 6-pack of mixed beers. You'll have to watch the beginning of the show because I talked about the first one I had. Okay, all right, so let's just say Fred and whoever the other person was said, hey, the sound is normal. It's supposed to make that sound in the beginning. It's to saying, hey, look, you know, oh, and George was saying that, right, that there's no pressure, so it's going to beep, but it goes away when it's running because there is pressure. Okay, that's probably valid. Just make sure that I'm understanding what you guys are saying is correct versus what I was reading, because maybe, you know how us Southerners are, we get a couple beers and it's, we read something, we mistake what we're seeing, So, but what you can't mistake is, why does it have 13.4 hours on? Why has it been repainted? Why is it, not really cutting quite well? Okay, well, maybe it's just a different, maybe it's just not a good mower for this area. Okay, it's probably right, and I would be willing to accept that if that's the case. But they keep telling me, no, man, it's good. I think you got the right mower. But if I got to go over and over and over on things for it to look really good, why? I guarantee you I can go back over the pass I did with the Walker, but do it with the Kubota. Dude, it'd be nice. All right. That would probably drive poor William nuts to the beeper. Yeah, I think your mower's running fine, Kevin. Just watch for it not to come on during okay. All right, Brandon, you're probably right. So I'm wondering if I should still take it to have them look at it, because I already emailed them, told them I was going to go drop it off anyways. I mean, I got a bunch of properties to do tomorrow. I really don't have time to be doing that. Plus, I need to take my truck back to the off-road place where I did the 6-inch lift kit. Well, it's actually 7, because I did 6 inches of rough country lift kit. And then I did, let's go take a look at that. And then I did, I went from 33s to 35-inch tires. So, me and this truck have something in common. We both got 7 inches. Oh, hope there's no girls out there getting offended. Okay, that looks good, doesn't it? I know it's kind of hard to tell because the angle of everything, but it's good. Okay, I think my mower does log hours when the key is engaged and the engine is not started, but I'm not the clues on the. Okay, yeah. Okay. Anyway, so I had to take it to the rough country place so they could tighten up the suspension system, make sure everything is good to go. You know what, guys? It's getting late. Got to get my kids off to bed. Does look good. Thank you, LT. I did buy some more metal this way, and I was going to drill some holes in it. That way you have airflow, so it flows a little bit better. Oh, hold on. Set your tire pressure and rake at 1/8. Not every deck rakes correctly with every tire combination. You need an HC tool and a level concrete. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Fred. What do you mean? Now, I do know something. Nope, never mind. I'm not understanding what you mean, Fred. But anyways, bought a new pressure washer. Guys, look, check it out. Hold on. It's a doozy. It's made by Generac. Hold on. Yeah. It's a 3200 psi, 2.7 GPM. Comes with 4 tips, and it comes with. It's got a little Leo in there. Comes with this guy right here. You hook your deal into there, and it's got your 4 nozzles. The only thing is I don't like about this, because I already tested it out, I just haven't posted the video yet, is the sprays don't overlap each other. They stop like that. So you got this streak, you got 4 streaks that go down. So I went and bought this guy right here, right there, that little dude, this little doozy. Look at that. Oh man, is she pretty? Prettier than a new set of snow tires, I'm gonna tell you. Now this thing, guys, is industrial. This is 150 bucks. That works good. You hook your wand up to that right there. Oh, that thing works so good. I did that whole driveway. Look at that driveway. So I got about 5 pressure washing jobs I need to do. I got lined up. I got some mulch jobs lined up I need to do. Tree trimming lined up I need to do. Fence repairs building. Ooh, I have a customer that says, hey, where my fence is, it's about an 8-10 foot section. Can we redo that, put new fencing up, and put a wider gate on there? And I'm like, oh yeah, we're going wider, buddy. That way I can put my big mower, whether it's my Ferris or my walker, through that guy, and and be fine. So, anyways, guys, I think that's about it. Let's see, wow, almost the same as the Kubota. They're great. Yeah. Now, that pressure washer was $420 something. I bought it on Amazon. Then I got the $75 3-year warranty that starts after this warranty ends. Full replacement and everything. Those are great for concrete. Yep. Been wanting to get into the washing. Yeah, LTD, I'm telling you, bro. It's definitely something, you want to do, because you can buy the pressure washer, do a couple of jobs, and it's paid for. And it just sits, in your garage, and maybe use it, on the weekends that you're not mowing. So like I mow Monday through Thursday, and as long as I'm caught up, then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I don't have anything to do unless it's big projects or I'm hanging out with the family. But anyways, better than inbox storage junk ones. Yeah, that's for sure. I don't know, guys. Let me know what I should do on the walker mower. I'm going to go ahead and go with Dave and some of the other guys and say that probably sounds right, what it's doing. So, okay. I don't remember my S18 doing that, but maybe it did and I just don't remember. I can live with, the repainting, the hours, the rust, no big deal. I just, it's one of those things I may never know the whole truth, you know what I'm saying? But there are some properties, and I'll post a picture. Actually, I did post a picture. I posted one of this mower the day I got it. I put it on my Instagram, and I think my community wall on my YouTube channel, and it said Rockstar, and it had some stripes. It did do pretty good, but I'm noticing some lawns it does better than others. So maybe just some experimenting, getting used to it. Maybe I don't have quite the deck height just right at the property I'm on. Maybe I need those narrower washers to get that in between size, height. Okay, maybe so. I'm willing to experiment a little bit more before I go straight up crazy. Salesman, everything they sell is the greatest thing since last bread. Man, you're so true about that bullshit. Anyways, well, I need to load the stuff up and get inside. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, man. I know it was a long, almost 2 hours. Hour and 45 minutes. I appreciate everything, guys. I really do. So tomorrow, we're going to be using this guy probably all day. I look at my schedule. If I can use that one, I will, because I still want to play with it. I may build the chute blocker tonight. I don't know. And then if not, then now both these mowers, believe it or not, on here, that one has to be turned, the deck facing that way, folded up, and then canned to the side. And this guy's got to come up and turn to the right. But they both fit on this 5x10 trailer. It's crazy. But anyways, guys, I appreciate your support, your help. Thank you for the comments on everything and on the help with the oil buzzer sound. So, if that seems normal, then I'm okay with that. Because that makes perfect sense. I was just confused with what I was reading, and sometimes we don't quite understand what we're reading is to be this when really it means that, you know. Uh, anyways, guys. Okay, you guys take care and have a great week. I'll see you soon. Have a good one. Okay, a good one, and hi to Will. Mower on a dealer. Later, Tom.